Okay, so.
Oh, we're starting from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
And we're finally all together. You're not even going to play the intro music?
What the fuck is this
I
shit?
can't. We've never played the intro music.
100%.
Always.
Every single time.
Always you have played the intro music. I hope this is part of the intro. So it shows how big of an asshole you are right now.
Okay, so here's the Earth. Some might say, dang, that's a pretty sweet Earth. It's round.
Welcome to the Windy City Bender Podcast with your hosts, Nolly, Poetzy, and Jarom.
Hey there, everybody.
They're not stick figures.
No, we're not. We're actually, hey,
We move
we're actually
around.
here.
Still got the Leafs on, though. Here we go. How about it?
Dilly.
Yeah, Bud Light endorsements. All right.
This is just blue beer. I don't know what kind of beer it is, but it's blue.
It's a good day if you can't tell.
Yeah, it's a real good day. We are finally back. I'm like talking into the camera like I'm on TV. Like
I'm on the TVs, Ma.
We are finally back in Jarom's basement / studio, all together again for a real big day today. Had a special surprise guest. Not
It's
really
me.
surprise.
It's me.
It is Nolly.
And
Nolly
Poets, because we are
and
back.
me. Yeah, that's it.
That's the surprise.
That's both of them.
So don't get too excited because it's not that surprising.
Yeah, but, it is. Also, Nathan Dales is on the show today. He is Derry on Letterkenny, and he talks about how Letterkenny is coming in to the United States, and we were super excited about it, and oh my God, it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm the only one excited. Okay, that's fine.
No,
Sure.
honestly, I'm sorry to all our past guests. It was fucking probably the best interview we had.
Hey, well, I mean, we're only getting better.
Yeah.
So it's all on us.
Yeah, it really
no.
is.
No, it's gonna be a fun interview. He was a
Yeah.
great guy. I think everybody's gonna enjoy listening to it, and I think everybody is going to enjoy the fucking show. 100%.
Oh my God.
So it's on Hulu today.
If
Actually.
you don't know what it is, watch the little clips that they have.
Yeah, just Google
Oh
Letterkenny.
my God.
Everything you find is just going to be absolutely fantastic.
Pure gold.
Yeah.
Pure gold.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Lot of good hockey jokes. A lot of just random good jokes as well. It's you can't explain it. He explains it, but I can't.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
He actually explained it perfect.
Yeah,
I always
really in depth.
whenever I try to explain the show to people, I'm like, I don't know how to exactly describe it. I'm just gonna play the clip now.
Just carry
Just
it
have
around.
that as your ringtone. Just here we go. This is it. Yeah, so it's going to be super fun. Real happy about that. But before we send you all to that, we've got a little bit of...
Well, hey, I'm Nolly because I'm here.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Along with you today is Poets and Nolly.
Hey.
And Jarom.
How's it going, fellas?
All right.
And now it's time for some Hawk Stuff.
Okay, here we go. Finally, Hawks have moved the Marian Hossa contract off the books.
The piece of paper saying Marian Hossa's name on it.
So, can I ask really quick, am I the only one who thinks it's stupid that everybody is saying, "Oh my God, goodbye, Marian.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Yes.
No,
Let's
yeah.
give you a highlight video. Goodbye."
No.
He's not going to actually be in Arizona. He's still going to stay here. It's literally like Nolly just said, a piece of paper went to Arizona saying, hey, this is worth $1 million, this piece of paper, every year for the next, 3 years? 2 years?
Technically,
Whatever.
Arizona is only paying $200,000 to him.
Yeah, because
Yeah, that's
insurance
what I was
covers the
going
rest
for.
of it. What the fuck? No, stop. Everybody needs to calm down.
And because a lot of people online don't understand why they're like, oh, I thought he was done playing. He's not playing. He's still retired.
Right.
In the NHL, if you don't know, there's a salary cap and there's a salary floor. The Coyotes need to get up to the salary floor because they have a bunch of young guys on their entry-level contracts. They need to get up to that certain point so they have a legal roster. The Hawks, as everybody knows, don't know how to sign contracts, so they are way too high on the salary cap. This is a win-win situation for both clubs.
Here's the thing.
Well, no. When it comes to salary cap, it's a win-win situation.
And we'll get into like the details of the trade in a second. But the thing that makes me so mad about everybody freaking out about Marian Hossa is it's not the people who really don't know about like, oh, like why is Marian Hossa playing in Arizona? I thought he couldn't play. Like it's not them. It's like the Chicago Blackhawks Twitter saying, "Oh my God, thank you, Marian, for all your years of service." Like should have done that last year when he wasn't playing anymore,
he was retired,
or when he's officially retired a couple months ago. Like that's when you do that.
He didn't officially retire. That's why he's still on LTIR.
Well, whatever. But he said that he would never play hockey again.
No, I'm 100% on your page. Like
everybody
needs
to
he was my favorite Hawk through this whole run, and it's like just wait till he's done playing because it's.
Thank you.
I mean, he's done playing, but like wait till his contract's over.
Right.
Exactly.
It's not like he's going to go into the Hall of Fame wearing a Coyotes jersey or anything.
It's not like Hinostroza where he's actually leaving the team and going to go play for another team, which he's not going to get a video, but you know. Maybe he will. He was a born Chicagoan, so maybe.
You lost this bet once before. You want to try again?
What?
You bet that Panarin wouldn't get a video. You bet that Panarin wouldn't get a video. The both of y'all and I said that he would, and I won it again.
I mean,
that started.
Again, huh?
Yeah, again.
Really?
Yeah, we know you're winning right now.
Check the standings.
Yes.
Let's check the game notes, bud.
Scoreboard. Question we were talking about at work today. When his contract ends, Hossa, does he sign a 1 day with the Hawks just so he can retire as a Hawk?
That's stupid. That would be if he went and played for 2 years out in Arizona, yes.
Yeah.
But because it's just literally a piece of paper, like you don't really need to do that. He's still probably going to get, if they're still doing it at this point, he's probably still going to get his like one last shift. I don't think he'll probably be in uniform because he can't. But I mean, I think he'll still probably.
Too soon.
Sorry,
too soon.
He'll still probably get his one last shift. His number might even go up in the rafters. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Nah. I don't think so. It'd be awesome to see.
We're not making this part of the bet because there's no way in hell we're keeping track of this.
Yeah, no. Well, who else is going to wear number 81?
It doesn't matter. Like it's just like. Oh, NHL greats. Sorry, guys. They came out of nowhere. Blackhawk greats, fucking. I mean, if Jeremy Roenick and Chris Chelios don't have their numbers retired, why should Hossa? Even though he won 3 cups.
I was just going to say, which one of those guys won 3 Stanley Cups?
Taves and Kane, and those are the 2 that are going to get their numbers retired.
Which one are already up there have won 3 Stanley Cups with the Chicago Blackhawks?
None of them, because they only won 1 while all those guys were alive.
I don't know. I still think that he should be up there.
I mean, I'm not saying he shouldn't. I'm just saying I don't want it to go overboard on numbers retired.
So I was gonna say, playing devil's advocate, you can only have so many.
That's what I'm
do
saying.
Think that the core is gonna have some sort of a statue or something like that. We kind of talked about that before. I think
that I'm 100%.
I think
that yes.
I think Taves, Kane,
Jarmelson, Keith, Seabrook, Hossa.
Well, no, I'm saying going up in the rafters.
Oh.
I think it's gonna be Taves, Kane.
I think it's
probably Duncan Keith.
Those 3.
And maybe Seabrook.
If Seabrook goes, then it's gonna be him and Chelios.
Oh
together.
yeah, it would have to be.
Yeah, that's true. I like that.
No way.
That's true.
But
so that's kind of like a cop out, but still.
But still, no.
Well, if you're gonna put Chelios up, you probably have to put Seabrook up, right?
No, Chelios is.
I don't know.
Arguably one of the best U.S.-born defensemen, and he, despite not winning in Chicago, he did a lot for the organization.
Yeah, I understand that, but I mean. I feel like it would only be right because Seabrook was here in the Dark Ages too, with Keith. So I feel like it would only be right that he went up with Chelios, kind of like Palat and Magnuson did. So
if one goes up, the other has to go up.
I think that's just how it has to be.
Yeah, that's where it should be. I mean,
yeah,
you can't have one without the other.
We went a couple years into the future there, didn't we?
But also then, if I don't know what I was gonna say. It's irrelevant.
Sure.
Sure. But yeah, we went way off topic. But yeah that was fun. Thanks, guys.
Kind of going a little bit deeper into that trade with Marian
pull it up
Hossa.
somehow.
Yeah, you'll get the full details. But going off to Arizona is the contract, Marian Hossa's contract. So that is completely off the books for the Blackhawks.
As well as 5 something mil.
5 something, yeah.
5.5, 5.7.
I believe so.
What do you guys want me to pull up, the transaction or
just
the whole trade?
The full details of the trade because it was Hossa, his contract, and then Vinny Hinostroza along with Jordan Osterley, and then one other part of that as
It was
well.
a
I think
pick.
it was a draft pick.
It was
It was the third.
The third
yeah.
for next year.
Third or fifth. I think we might
No,
have got the third.
we gave them the third and
We
got the
a
fifth.
Okay.
I'm trying to pull it up right now. I don't know why I'm trying to say that.
Clearly, we're very prepared. It was a good interview, you guys. Like we're just kind of all over the place right now.
It's
but-
not like we've been drinking or
Yeah,
anything.
well, shut up. I saw a couple of people.
All right,
we were kind
here
of
it is.
joking about it. Sorry, hang on.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
sorry.
give me a minute.
Sorry, Adam.
A lot of people on Twitter, we were kind of joking about it in our group text about, oh my God, we should get Hjalmarsson back. But a lot of people were being 100% dead serious on Nicholas Hjalmarsson coming back. And it was
Him
like,
and
Yeah.
I saw
He
Dvorak.
just-
A lot of Dvorak too talk.
yeah, I mean, he's going to be a mainstay over there in Arizona, Dvorak. So, I mean, I didn't expect him to come, but the people who were legitimate, like serious, saying Nick Hjalmarsson should come back, it's like, did you guys not pay attention, or
He just
like,
signed.
He literally just re-signed there
For
So-
a pretty big contract too, I think.
Also, he's getting
5 mil.
divorced. Who knew?
What?
Yeah,
Fucking Arizona ruins lives.
Yeah,
brutal.
First panic, no.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, Panic kind of did that to himself, but
All right, so
Yeah,
here's
but
the
Arizona
trade.
did it to him.
that's true.
Here's the trade. So to the Coyotes, Miriam Hossa, Vinny Hinostroza, Jordan Osterley, and a 2019 third-round pick.
Wait, pause. I think it was you that tweeted, Jarom. Arizona has the greatest team that has
Yeah.
never touched the ice.
Yeah.
Never touched the ice. Datsuk, Pronger, Hossa, Dave Boland.
Yeah.
Unreal.
And then so coming back to the
Fuck.
Hawks.
How many cups is that? That's 6 between Hossa and Boland. 7 if you
No, it was
2. That's 5.
5
between Hossa and Boland.
What?
6 if
Oh,
you
yeah.
count Pronger. And then
Dots.
2 for
2
Datsuk.
for Datsuk.
Yeah, 2 for
That's
Datsuk.
fucking 8 cups between 4 guys that never played a game for the Arizona Coyotes.
Hilarious.
Awesome.
So coming to the Hawks.
Well, wait a minute. Sorry. Sorry. There's 2 more to that. Marcus Kruger never played a game.
Yeah, he did.
For Arizona? No, he did not.
Did he?
He
started
played
in
at the end of
Arizona.
the year last year, I thought.
No, he got traded
in the playoffs. So that's 2 more.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that's
'cause they didn't make
10
the playoffs.
Stanley
No,
Cups.
I'm gonna fight you on that one. I'm gonna pull up after I talk about the trade. I'm gonna pull that up. All right, coming to
Okay,
the
so and then-
Blackhawks is Marcus Kruger. And
Don't
I'm
forget
just-
about Mike Ribeiro.
I'm going to. Oh, jeez.
He forgot about
butcher
himself.
These names too. Andrew Campbell.
Yeah, you butchered that one.
No,
Nailed it.
I purposely skipped one.
Crushed it.
Jordan Maleta.
Belford.
Jordan.
Jordan is it Maleta?
Let me take a look at it real quick.
Yeah, I'll turn it. I'll let you finish on.
Because you can read.
Yeah, no, you had it. Jordan Maleta. Yeah.
And then
Jared Mileto.
Mackenzie Entwistle. Entwistle?
Yeah.
And Twistel.
Close enough.
And Twistle. Yeah.
And Twistel.
And the 2019 fifth round pick.
Also, I saw one of the funniest tweets about that last name of Entwistle, and it was obviously Mark Lazarus because we're over the moon in love with him.
We.
We-
Like,
me.
it's the 3 of
It's
us.
me.
I mean-
Sorry, it's me.
I
love
like
Mark
him, but I
Lazarus.
mean, I
He's
don't-
hilarious.
Yeah.
So he tweeted out, he was like, Entwistle. That's got to be some sort of Lord of the Rings name, right? Like, that's an elvish name.
Yeah,
I'm going to dive into it.
I don't.
I thought that
Sick.
was hilarious.
Lazarus
I
tweet
thought that was
about Lord of the
fucking
Rings.
hilarious.
Love it.
That's funny. That is funny to me. You guys suck. That's funny to
I've
me.
never
Sick.
got into
Okay.
I'm a
Lord of the
nerd.
Rings.
So going into the trade, I was looking at all these guys once the trade happened, and I don't think from what I remember, not a single one of them has played an NHL game yet.
I think I
Entwistle
read-
was just his rights. He's not actually signed.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Because he's literally the only one that they said is NHL
He's
ready.
still in the O, I want to say. I'm not 100%
Believe
positive.
so,
He's still
yeah.
in the O, though.
I think he's a big boy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was a right winger.
You were right. He never played for Arizona.
Yeah. Kruger.
Bum.
Okay.
Thank God
Yeah,
it wasn't
well,
that.
if it wasn't during the playoffs, then yeah, obviously not.
Don't yell at me, yell at him.
he played in
I was
the
just
A
saying
too.
in
Wow.
general. Jesus Christ, guys. Fuck, this is supposed to be a happy episode. This is supposed to be a good one.
Do they need to do a Donnybrook?
I know.
Donnybrook, fellas. Tarp soft, boys.
No, I don't think
Angela,
anybody wants to
don't
see that.
fucking call me now because I'm reading something off my phone. So yeah, I sent it to you guys. Andrew Campbell, he's a defenseman that the Hawks got in that trade. And he was actually captain of the Marlies for 2 years, and then got shipped off to Arizona, and then the Marlies win the Calder Cup.
Once again, Arizona just ruining lives.
Yeah, ruined lives, and here he comes to the Hawks. So
Yeah.
we'll see how he is. But yeah, I mean, you get Kruger. We've seen that tail before.
Yeah.
I mean,
When are we
Sharp.
gonna stop
Okay,
that?
so
We
wait a
got
minute.
Sharp, Sod, Campbell, Versteeg, only one that won another cup with us on his return.
Lad.
Ladd, and I think that was it.
Here's the only thing I will say about this. Kruger is the only one I'm actually slightly excited for to return.
He will.
Just because I feel like he had a rough year last year. Not only statistically, he was terrible last year statistically. He was
in the last
awful.
What was it? 347 days. He went
365 days.
Vegas?
Yeah.
Chicago to Vegas,
Vegas.
to Carolina.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Chicago to Vegas to Carolina, right?
No, I think it was to Arizona. I think they traded.
No. Arizona.
No,
wasn't
it
in the
went
picture
to
until later.
Carolina
Did they
because it was
change
part of the
Carolina,
fantasy.
and then to Arizona, and now back to Chicago. So he literally went
In a
from-
year. In a calendar
year
year.
to the Midwest, all the way out to the Pacific, out in the mountains, and then all the way across to the Atlantic, and then right back again to the Pacific in Arizona, and then all the way back to Chicago again. So he had a really bad year statistically too in Carolina. He was awful, just terrible. I think he also battled some injuries, but the thing is, in Carolina, that's a completely different atmosphere than what he was used to out in Chicago.
Yes, but I loved Kruger.
Yeah.
He was great. That Bolin Kruger Frolik line was amazing in 2013. That's why
Monster.
they were out there at the end of the game
To win the game.
To win the game.
Yes.
But we get him, and he has a 2.78 cap hit.
Yeah, that's too much. That is too
For
much.
1 more year, right?
1 year, yeah.
Yeah. So I think being back in Chicago, he's going to be rejuvenated. He's probably, I'm speaking out of turn here, I guess, but I'm assuming that he's healthy coming back. That's a big boost to the PK.
Yeah,
That's a
the
big boost to the
that's like the
PK
main-
and in the faceoff circle.
Yeah.
He can win some defensive zone faceoffs, and that changes a lot of things for the Blackhawks because they couldn't win a single goddamn thing last year in the defensive zone. So that's what I'm excited for.
He also looked very, I want to say comfortable playing when he was a Hawk.
Yes.
And then he just didn't seem to get comfortable anywhere else. But
So here's the
in
thing, though.
Carolina.
A lot has changed since he's left.
Yes.
So I am interested to
There's
see how he
no-
adapts to.
There's no third line grind.
No.
And
Well, there is,
A
but
fourth
it's
line
it's
grind,
not,
and now
it's
you're
not what it
paying
was. Right.
2.78
Exactly.
for a fourth line center.
Right.
also we didn't mention this. Carolina is also retaining some of his salary.
Thank you, Carolina. That's nice of you.
308,000.
Oh, well, fuck. It's like nothing.
I mean, it's important.
Anyway, I am, however, very, very sad to see not only Hinostroza, but Jordan Orsoley go. Vinny Hinostroza has such a huge upside.
Yeah.
I thought that's too big of a price. It's too big of a price.
I remember we were saying that it was a pretty good contract when he got re-signed, and looking at it, the few guys prospect forwards, well, young forwards that the
Yeah.
Hawks have on the team, it's Schmaltz, Hinostroza, DeBrincat, and Hayden. Thank you. Looking at it, I mean, well, I guess I don't really count DeBrincat in that category because Hayden, the other three kind of came up together, and looking at it, like it's basically like I think Schmaltz is at the best of his game right now, and he has a lot of potential. Hinostroza is not at his peak game yet right now, but he's still playing very well, and I think he has a lot more potential that he could play for. And then Hayden's down there; he's not at his peak game yet, and he has a ton of potential as well. And it's like out of those three, I'm upset that they got rid of Hinostroza because I think he might have had the most potential.
The other thing with Hayden, too, is
and
that
he could
he's-
fucking wheel too, Hinostroza.
he hasn't really played a full pro season until
he
last
hasn't.
year, where he was in the AHL for a solid portion. Obviously, he went up and down, but he was mostly in the AHL, and they went on for a long playoff run. So I think that was really helpful in his
And
development.
I
think
he
he's
looked
gonna
good
be a
when we
beast.
saw him.
Oh my god,
that game, he looked great.
Yeah, that's what I think
Yeah.
kind of why he hasn't had a huge.
and they're
huge-
pretty high on him too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they signed him right away out of Harvard,
Yep.
right? And
I don't know Harvard, but they
was
definitely
an
signed
Ivy
him.
League.
They definitely
It was
signed
an
him right
Ivy League.
away
It was
definitely an Ivy League.
out of college. Yeah,
But I don't know. I was kind of upset to see Hinostroza go. I thought they had a decent contract with him, and I thought he had a lot of upside to him. Then, like you said, Osterley going. It's like, hey,
Well, now
we
that-
have no
Well, now it kind of makes the Brandon Manning signing a little bit more sense. They send away a third pair defenseman, and we have another one to back it
So we
up.
traded away probably the one defenseman that actually looked good last year.
Yeah, I know. That actually played defense.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, we haven't learned from the past yet. Don't trade away all of our defenseman prospects. Like, we have none.
He's 23 years old.
We have.
Oh, no, that's Hayden. I'm looking at the wrong page.
We have absolutely like no defensemen in the minors anymore, just because we keep fucking moving them for all these forwards and cap dumps.
Hayden played at Yale.
Yale.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was not even close.
This is another thing that's kind of off topic, but how much they're advertising Henry Yoki Haru is really starting to piss me off because he's not NHL ready, but they're going to play him next year. Just because of how much that they're advertising him. He's supposed to. They did that little YouTube thing. I don't know if you guys were able to watch that.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
It was actually pretty cool.
Was it?
But like, they did that little YouTube thing. He's going to be playing in the CPHL, Chicago Professional Hockey League. We'll get into that in a minute. And then he's also going to be at the Blackhawks convention. He's going to be at the prospect camp, the training camp, and things like that. They're going to get him a legitimate look in the preseason. It's like, it's not right now. He's not ready. The kid's only, I think he just turned 19. If I'm not mistaken. So it's there's no point in rushing somebody like Henry Yokihari, which is funny because he's a 29 overall pick, right? Yep. And nobody's really paying attention to the two picks that we had this year as an 8 and a 27. Everybody's
19.
really just turned 19. Yeah. So everybody's really focusing on some guy who went 29th overall when really we have a number 8 and a number 27 to look forward to. So I mean, I don't know. I think that they're rushing things, and I don't like it.
But on the other point with Boquist, they're doing exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I understand that. For right
so
now,
like,
which is what they did with Henry Yokiharu.
No, I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying though. Like it's like the attention they're giving the 29th pick is what they should be giving a top 10 pick.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like you said, it's kind of we know that Boquist is not coming to play this year,
right? Yeah. But they're doing the exact same thing they did with Henry Yokiharu, where they're having him come and play in Canadian juniors, right? Getting used to he played in Portland Winterhawks.
That makes me feel so much better.
The W.
So I mean,
he's used to wearing a red Hawks jersey.
He already played in that league before we drafted. We drafted him.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we drafted him out of there.
I thought he came straight from Finland. I could be completely wrong.
27, 18, 2016, 2017.
All at Portland?
Yeah, he played two seasons there. 71 games the first season, 63
That's
the
really
second.
weird because in the YouTube video, they made it seem like they made him go to Portland because they made a point of it to say Portland plays exactly like the Blackhawks defense do, which, whoops. Get him away.
Yeah,
Get him out.
No.
You know what? They're doing that, so whatever, make Stan Bowman look like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. No. Whatever.
But speaking of Stan Bowman, he hates Chicago boys. Darlene, Hartman, Hinostroza, all gone.
By Schmaltz.
Oh God, don't say that.
Don't do it. Nope.
It's good knowing you, Schmaltz.
Go back to Hinostroza though, real quick.
Let's go out and get Dvorak and Carrick and Sparks, and then just trade them all.
Trade them all. One big trade for like Eric Carlson or something like that.
No, for like somebody's like 8th round pick.
Prospect.
for a future prospect.
That's not even NHL ready.
Yeah. And $100,000.
Did you listen or did you read or see Hinostroza's comments about after he was traded?
Yeah.
He hit some great points though. Like the reason everybody's talking about like your buddy Lazarus was saying it's not a big loss. He's only scored 7 goals. Hinostroza seems the type of person that needs consistency. Like most hockey players are. They need consistency. And Hinostroza said it best when he's like, I'm the young guy in there. I come in each game not knowing what my role is going to be. It's kind of told me on the fly. He's excited to go to Arizona because he's literally in the same. Everybody there is in the same.
He's going to be second line.
He's going to be a top line, top 2 lines. In that,
top 6 forward.
Yeah,
yep.
absolutely,
100%.
So I mean,
I would be excited if I was him too because he's going to be the same age as all of their stars right now.
Yes,
forward stars, and he's going to make that team better than it was, and that whole team can be great.
Think
just
about
because
this
how young
for a second.
they are.
Arizona is going to be a pretty good hockey team.
They were a pretty good hockey team at the end of the year
Yes.
last year.
And they've only improved.
They're going to be
They
scary.
still, as soon as these contracts go off and their contracts are done, they've got to re-sign maybe a couple different rookies, but they're still going to have a pretty large amount of
And
cap.
as
left
of
over
right
to
They
now-
could sign those
somebody.
guys with no fucking problem. Just throw
Absolutely.
whatever money they
and
want.
then they could pick up a big name free agent if they have a couple good years.
And not only that, they have
they could
Jarmelson,
end up
OEL,
being
and
really good here.
Goligoski on their back
Yeah.
end.
As of right now, they have just over $10 million in cap space.
Yeah.
And how
with
much?
shitty contracts.
Can you add up the total of contracts that are being built up by just people who they signed to get to the cap floor?
I think that's just Hossa now.
No, Dave Bolen's still.
And Dave Bolin.
Dave
yeah.
Bolen's on his last year. So total, it is just under 11 million.
So that's fucking
But
20
also, I
million.
forgot they're retaining salary for Mike Smith, and they're still paying
So-
for Mike Ribeiro's buyout.
So 20 million plus.
No, just under 20 million.
Yeah, 20 million for Hossa and Bolin.
No.
Just,
10 million for Jose.
Yeah, like 11 million for those
11
two.
million. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Mike Smith,
Mike Smith's like 1.5,
12
and
and a
then
half.
2 for Ribeiro.
13
So-
million plus the 10 that they already have. 23 million in cap space
That's
that they could have.
That's a lot of money for
And
you to
if-
re-sign all your young guys who are going to be good. Auntie Ranta, I'm not sure how long he signed for. I don't think it's
He
very
already
long.
did.
He
sign.
has 3
Did he?
more. Yeah, he's got
3 more years.
yeah,
Perfect.
2021 is his last year.
Perfect. So they could end up going out making a big splash at some point.
Next year they have Panet's going to be in UFA,
Bye.
Nick Cousins in RFA,
See ya.
Lawson Krause is an RFA.
Oh, they like him a lot.
Yeah.
Keep him.
Brendan Perlini, RFA. Christian Dvorak, RFA. Josh Eklebard.
The thing is
RFA.
too with a lot of these guys, like the team's not that good, so their stats aren't that great. So they
Right.
don't have to throw a shit ton of money at these guys.
Exactly.
They can sign them at
Very
another
low.
3-4 years for very minimum.
And if they want to walk, it's like, all right, fine. Have fun finding a team that's going to want some guy who put up 10 points. in
Guaranteed,
83
we
games.
can give you
Piece.
a million more
Next
than what
year,
you're gonna get.
Next year, the roster size is at 16. So with all those guys coming off, they have 22 million.
Yeah.
And then the following year, it's 37.
That's a lot of money for them to play with. They have if they do it right, they've got an opportunity to be a very, very good hockey team.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2020 Stanley Cup Final. Toronto Maple Leafs.
Arizona Coyotes versus the
As long
the
as
Las
it's not-
Vegas Golden Knights in the
in the
Western
final.
Conference
As
final.
long as that's the first time that Toronto ever sees the Stanley Cup final up until this point, I'm happy with it.
No, that's like
let's do it.
That's like 3 straight years of the
Nope.
final for the Leafs.
Nope.
That's
Just-
their,
not
them
just-
going for their
just 'cause
third
I
cup
wanna
like
do
the
it.
Penguins.
Nope.
Hey.
Let's move on. Can we move on?
Hey,
I don't
hey,
like
hey.
this.
Who's the Toronto Maple Leaf?
John Tavares. Hey, guess who else is?
Who?
Austin
Matthews.
Matthews.
And who looks at John Tavares like a girlfriend in love
Steve Dangle.
And
besides
Austin
Steve
Matthews.
Dangle. Yeah.
Um,
All right. So what? Ending Hawks talk here.
Hack.
What is the next move?
I
Is it
hope
getting
it's-
it? Is it
Fire Bowman. Get rid of them all. Q's gone. New team.
Sorry, everybody who's listening.
Yeah, I didn't mean to blow your speakers.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to pull away from
Sorry.
the
It's
microphone.
been, honestly, it's been a while.
Yeah.
We got to get back into it.
Yeah, we're usually on the phone.
Is it
and
is it picking up a defenseman? Is it picking up a prospect? Is it
a defenseman prospect
here's
because
a-
we don't have any of them?
Here's a theory that I was talking about with the guys I work with. Would you guys accept?
Why are you talking about hockey with other guys than us?
Would you guys accept a really, really bad season
No.
from the Hawks
No.
this year?
no?
With not taking on any big contracts, if it means making a play for Panarin next year.
No.
No,
Absolutely not.
No, not for Panarin. No,
There's not even just for Panarin. John,
And I'm not saying that as I would do that.
right?
I'm just
no.
Right.
I understand. Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane are in their quote unquote prime right now. Duncan Keith and Brent Seabrook are past it. I think and Corey Crawford still very much in his prime, although a little mentally,
Allegedly.
a little mentally unstable maybe.
Nice.
But good one. I don't think that the goal is anything less than make the playoffs and or Stanley Cup final championship. until Jonathan Taves and Patrick Kane retire.
But-
I think at that point,
They got a lot of work. to
that
do
is
there.
when the window is closed.
But then you look at the team.
I understand.
Yeah,
I get
it's
that.
gonna
I
be a
100% get. I 100% agree. But the front office will 100% always have very high standards if Jonathan Taves and Patrick Kane are still on the team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And why wouldn't?
But
With 11 guys signed right now, the Hawks next year are looking at $21.5 million in cap space.
Enter Justin Falk.
Enter also the cap going up next year.
Yeah, I know.
as
Well, if that's the thing, though, if rumors has it, if the Hawks are getting Justin Falk, it's going to either cause Nick Schmaltz or Brandon Saad. Peace out, Brandon Saad.
Yeah.
I
Well, that's
I
why that's why we
Peace
haven't signed anything because the
Yep.
Hawks don't want to get rid of him, and it's like
No.
that's just
Fucking let him
Bowman.
go.
That's just Bowman trying to
Admitting
back
defeat.
up.
It's him.
Yeah.
It's him not admitting defeat.
Exactly. That's him trying to back up his Panarin trade, and it's like, ugh.
Yep, 100%. Well,
Which I mean, at the same time, though, looking at it, like, if Panarin's going to test free agency, I wonder if he would have done that as a Hawk. Obviously, there's more. It's
did
more
he have
enticing.
the option to do that?
He would have.
He would have had the option. It's more enticing as a Blackhawk because he's playing with Patrick Kane, obviously, and them two
Yeah.
were just money together.
Yep.
But he's gonna get paid, and
Oh
the
my God.
Hawks can't do that. So
Just like the
Getting-
Leafs can't sign Tavares and no,
it's a fair point. That's a fair point. You find a way. You find a way. You always find a way. Like, you can't have Taves and Kane together and keep Hossa and Jarom and Seabrook and Keith together, but you did. You can't have Geno Malkin and Sidney Crosby together with Chris Letang, but then you go out and sign Phil Kessel and
Right.
fucking blow everybody's minds up.
Right.
Like, you find a way to keep these guys
Well-
together.
John Tavares. Everybody's saying,
That was his.
yeah, I understand
That's
that.
how he
No, no,
started
no,
it.
I know, I understand that. But like going deeper into it, how long was the rumor? It's going to be 1 year,
Yeah,
and they're
absolutely.
going to give him a shit ton of money, and then out of
$15 million for
nowhere-
1 year.
Out of nowhere, they come out of 7 years, $11 million.
Yeah.
With a plan to sign Marner, Nylander, and
Matthews.
Matthews. There's one other I'm missing.
No, that's the
That's
three.
it?
no, that's the,
The big four.
I thought there was one other guy that I
No.
was just okay. Never mind. But still, with a plan intact, like
Yeah.
that's how you do it.
That's Kyle Dubas.
Kyle Dubas is a goddamn wizard.
Him talking about how they haven't signed Nylander yet is literally what you want in a GM, and he hasn't had a full season as a GM. He's been saying how if you're gonna sign a player for long term, you're not gonna rush through the signing and contract. You have to go through and make it as precise as you want. You have to make sure the player's comfortable. You have to make sure the player's happy with everything. You have to make sure the team's happy with everything. You have to make sure everything coincides together. And that's how you get a fucking deal done. And that's how you make a fucking four-headed monster.
Meanwhile, Lou Lamoriello signs Robin Lehner, Matt Martin, and Leo Komarov to the New York Islanders in an attempt to bring back.
I think
He
the
didn't
Leafs are
sign
paying
that
him.
one. He
He
traded for Matt Martin.
I
that's
call
right.
collusion.
Oh
Collusion.
my
Collusion.
God.
I'm fine with the collusion
Honestly,
there, but
that's
Leafs,
the one time
it's
collusion is
collusion.
okay.
Leafs saved that extra $4 million that they were going to give to Tavares
Honestly,
to give to Lou.
How hard was Dubas laughing? Like, just put Lou on mute and just started dying laughing as soon as he
It's
called him
just
about
funny
Matt
that
Martin.
what they took back, like,
Oh,
they're
and
like,
you
oh
know
my
who? It's like how
God.
it's like when I'm playing NHL
Absolutely
and I'm like,
fleeced him.
okay, I want this or I want to trade you this or whatever.
Four
So I'm gonna
straight.
take your
Yeah.
your worst player just to make it work.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just
Hilarious.
Lou, just give me whoever you want.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And you know Lou called Dubas about that.
Oh,
it was
no,
not
yeah.
the other way around.
Yes.
Oh, man. But yeah, there's
It's a lot of work for the Hawks.
A lot of work for the
lots.
Hawks.
Hey, season hasn't started yet. We're in first place technically, along
Yeah.
with everyone else. But we're in
31
first.
place tie, 31 team tie for first place.
Yeah.
31. Why? Why has it got to be odd number? Bring Seattle in already,
It'll
or
happen.
or just kick Carolina out or
Just
something.
kick Arizona out.
I know. Everybody's leaving there anyway.
Yeah.
So although hockey sucked last year for the Blackhawks, and it may or may not suck next year for the Blackhawks, pretty fun right now in the summertime at the CPHL, Chicago Professional Hockey League.
How about it?
Ha about it. I'm wearing the shirt right now. Really, really fun. Actually, Zach and
How's the shirt?
It's comfortable.
Have you tried the hoodie yet?
What kind? Yeah. What material is this?
I don't know.
This
but
is magical.
It's
It's a cloth.
Feel the inside of this thing.
We don't want to see. We gotta put a fucking disclaimer on now. Thanks a lot. We got a great fucking interview. We got a disclaimer right now. Way to go, Andrew.
DM Ed, sorry. Yeah, Zach and I were able to work it. Zach, you were doing what? Photos or like walking around
I'm
or something
helping
like that?
doing like the behind the scenes video
Yeah.
for Pro Stock that they're gonna be
Oh yeah,
posting.
you were holding like the microphone and stuff for like interviews and stuff like that.
No, I was doing the camera for that.
I thought you said you were
No, I was
holding
doing
the microphone.
No,
for
I was
one
doing
of
the
them.
camera. Kenny was doing the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind.
I watched on my phone.
Yeah, you'll be there at some point. We'll get you in. It's all right. I know a guy.
Should I bring my gear?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no.
well, now I'm conflicted because he's actually a part of it, and he said, "Yeah."
That's up to him. It's not going to be under my name. I'll tell you that right now. So yeah,
I mean-
Jarom worked it, and then I was able to get the opportunity to broadcast it, which I'm really thankful for. So, really cool opportunity for
It
not only.
looked packed.
Oh my god!
It was insane. There were people lined up.
I wasn't
at
sure how
4:30.
big it would be. Yeah.
I got there at about 5:30, and when you came out to come and get me, it was around the sidewalk,
That's awesome.
almost down Van Buren. Unbelievable.
We got there at 4:30, and the gates opened for it at 5:30.
Yeah.
And there was already a line like through the door, it's starting to go around. We're like, oh shit.
I called you.
That's awesome.
I called you because like I was ready to like go through the doors that everybody was lining up in, but everybody gave me this look like you walk in front of me and you are gonna get a knife into your.
Don't worry. I
into
got
your
an all
ribs.
access pass.
And I was like, Jarom, I don't know what to do. Can you come and
like
get me? And he
Wayne's
was like,
World,
yeah, I
like-
got you. Yeah.
Here's
The
my
amount of
pass.
time that has
Also-
been said. Like,
Also, the parking situation, it's not awful, but it's not great.
I
either.
didn't know they had that
it's
overflow lot.
Chicago.
I didn't know they had the overflow lot either. So
It's
they got an
Chicago.
overflow lot like kitty corner from the rink.
Oh, okay.
And I went to go and turn into the parking lot where like it's right next to the rink, like
Right.
it's attached to the rink, and there's a security guard there. And I was like, "Oh, I'm one of the broadcasters for the tournament tonight." And he looks at me up and down. And he goes, "You ain't a professional, is you?" And I went, "No." He goes, "Yeah, I thought not. You gonna have to park over there." And I went, "Oh, okay."
Professional podcaster.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'm doing right now.
But yeah,
But yeah, cool.
They're not. We're doing. Well, the CPHL is also doing. They have 2 pro games and they have 2 development for. It's like kids. I believe they're playing AAA.
So me.
16. I believe it's 60. The cutoff 16. It might be 18. I'm not 100% sure.
So definitely not you. Sorry, buddy.
I am 12.
But it's fantastic hockey.
So just like a brief little, if you don't know what it is, Pro Stock Hockey created this league for professionals and amateurs, and they
Amateur.
and they had help from the agents of the players that were that had signed up for this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So help from like the agents that of all the players that had signed up, and it's guys who a lot of them are from the Illinois area, Chicagoland area. So guys like Vinny Hinostroza, Connor Carrick, Kendall Coyne, Dave Gus,
Sparks.
Jeff Kubiak, Garrett Sparks, a
not
bunch
there.
of.
He's
of
supposed
those-
to be, isn't he?
He's on the.
He's on the roster.
He's on
he
the
wasn't
roster.
there. At least he wasn't there. The
He
first
wasn't.
day.
Yeah, he wasn't there. Yeah. So and
then
they've
you got Sod on it.
Yeah, Saad, DeBrinket, Schmaltz, Ryan Hartman, Colin D'Elia,
Yeah. Osterley is
Osterley is on there. Yeah,
Brandon Bolig.
Brandon Bowling.
Oh
Oh,
my
my God, he
God.
was the best part of. Oh my God, he was incredible. His beard looks beautiful. Anyways, it's $5 a ticket. It's every Wednesday from now until I believe the second
August.
Wednesday of August.
Yeah. The
Second or third Wednesday of
I want to
August.
say August 23rd. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what it's.
But it's $5 a ticket. If you can make it out, it's such a great time. Oh my God, it's so much fun. There were so many people there. The players signing pucks, throwing them out in the stands to people. I saw one woman in a Henry Yokiharu Blackhawks jersey. Good for you.
There
round of
was
applause.
an older gentleman wearing a DeBrinket Erie Otters jersey.
Oh, nice.
I was like, that is fantastic.
awesome.
And his first, we went up to him and said, "Oh, love your jersey." And his first question was, is he gonna play today?
And he did, and he was
did.
filthy.
I ordered for him. Is he playing? I came all the way from Erie.
Yeah, it's a great time, and
All proceeds go to charity.
exactly,
too.
and there's a bunch of different charities. I can't remember the name of all of them
Every
right
week,
now.
every week it's a different charity.
Is it?
So,
I thought
yeah.
it might have been like split equally between all of them. It's a different one every week.
I believe it's a different one every
Okay,
week.
that
and
makes
then
sense.
They'll like take it all and they'll split it all up at
That
the end.
makes sense. So and if you can't make it, you can also stream it online. They have
And
a live
listen to
stream
this
on the
guy.
website.
That's what
and
I
it's me.
did.
Yeah, that's what you did. It's a really, really great time. If you're missing hockey and it's the summertime and you want some really, really good hockey players to watch, go out to that.
And it's
really
fun watching these guys just enjoy themselves too. Like,
my
every
God,
player's
it's
out there
fast.
laughing.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
It's
it's
literally-
4-on-4
Yeah.
beer league for the
It's
NHL players.
fantastic.
That's exactly what it is.
But,
I
like,
saw somebody tweeted it out, and it was like, "I love how much DeBrincat loves hockey," and it was 4 different pictures from that, and he was just smiling
yeah.
ear to ear.
The funny thing was he wasn't even trying, and he was just making people look like fools. Oh my God,
he's
he
gonna
was
be great.
incredible.
Yeah, and the people behind the scenes with that, all the people
Oh,
working
man.
hard with like designing the website, designing the logos.
Those jerseys are
the jerseys
filthy.
are fantastic.
Oh my God, there's not a bad one. Like we were
No.
talking a while ago about the All-Star jerseys. Half of them are stupid. They look ridiculous. All of these look great.
They're just so simple that they just make them fantastic. I tried so hard to keep that.
I hope you hear that
Oh, I'm
on the
sure you
audio.
can.
Cracking open a beer, trying
But-
like at the very bottom.
But yeah,
You gonna grab me one?
just well done to all the guys and girls behind the scenes
Oh my God.
that are just
Yeah,
kicking
incredible
ass
stuff.
with this, and
You're welcome.
and just well done, well worth
Yeah,
checking out.
Really well done. So yeah, if you can, it's every Wednesday from now until either the second or third week in August. You can find all the information online at ChicagoProHockeyLeague.com, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. So all the information is up on that website. You'll see all the rosters, the schedules, stats. They keep live stats, which I was like, oh my God, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, follow them on all the social media
Yeah.
too, because they'll be announcing what players, if there's any additional players to the rosters and all that. So
Yeah. Good. Well, it's time. We're going to give you guys the Nathan Dairies interview coming up in a moment. BRB.
Give me about 24 seconds.
Woo! All right, everybody, we have a special guest here today. Letterkenny star Nathan Dales. Nathan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing real good, real good. Thanks so much for taking the time out to talk to us here for a little bit. We're everybody here loves the show. I mean, we've been seeing little clips everywhere, and oh my God, it's absolutely hysterical. Really, really good stuff.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so I mean, just kind of give us a brief little description of Letterkenny. You know, it's brand new here to the U.S. Like I said, we've had little clips and things like that, but just give us a brief little description of what Letterkenny's all about.
So Letterkenny is a story, and it's set in southwestern Ontario, and it's a small town story. So basically, there are 4 different groups of people: the Hicks, the Skids, the hockey players, and the Christians. And there's also the natives as well. And so it's the interactions between those groups in a small town. Letterkenny is a town of 5,000 people, so it's the stories that might happen when those groups interact with each other. And that's kind of what it's about as an overview. And then obviously there's more, there's different smaller groups that interact with everybody from time to time. But yeah, that's the main premise of it.
Awesome. Hilarious. And then native, we saw the little clip of everybody getting the native flu there. So I'm sure there's some sort of a coincidence there.
Yeah, that's the that the natives are much bigger and better at sports than everybody else is, and so getting the native flu is just sort of a euphemism for I don't want to play and I want to fake that I'm going to be sick because I'm going to get the hell kicked out of me if I go and play.
Love it. Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
how about you talk about your character? You played Daryl on the show. Go into what Daryl's all about.
Yeah, so I play Daryl on the show, and shortened version is Derry, which is kind of funny. So I'm a dairy farmer from southwestern Ontario, and I play Wayne, who's played by Jared Keith. So I play his best friend, and I'm also a part of the Hicks. So that's where I fall in there, and the Hicks consist of myself and Jared and Michelle Millette, who plays Katie, his sister, and Kay Trevor Wilson, who plays Squirrely Dan. So Daryl, yeah, like I say, is Wayne's best friend, and they're, a lot of our relationship follows around the loyalty between us and hanging out. A lot of hanging out together, usually on Wayne's farm, and scheming about what to do with the chores during the day, and how we're going to have a good time, and where most importantly can we get a beer together. And usually that falls on the farm, but sometimes we'll go to Modine's to go and check out the bar, which is the local bar in town. And so a lot of it revolves around us hanging out and shooting the breeze, talking about the major issues that affect everybody in the world. Different, and then where else can we get a shot of Gus and Brew? When's the whiskey coming, basically?
You guys are a couple of bruisers too, the Hicks, aren't they? A couple of bruisers, a couple scrums here and there with you and yourself, Wayne.
Yeah, big time. I think that's one of the big parts of the show is the scraps or the Donnybrooks that we get into, and so again that sort of follows the the loyalty theme where it's just like, all right, well, you come at one of us, you're going to come at all of us, and nobody's afraid to get into a scrap. It's pretty much could be a daily routine to have to make sure that nobody's going to mess with you or mess with your buddies, and there are definitely some scraps that happen. And then there are other Hicks on the show too, like Tyson and Joint Boy, who also will help out if necessary, if the scrap dictates that we're going to need a little bit more muscle involved. But scraps are a big part of the show, have been since season 1, and we're not going to slow down on that. There's always a good place in the show for a little bit of a scrap, for sure.
Oh yeah, just your typical day, just throwing them down.
Yeah, big time.
So we seen all your guys' YouTube videos, obviously, before you started the Letterkenny show. Kind of how you guys pretty much got started out. Making those videos, was this the kind of the goal at the end of it, or what was the end goal when you guys made those videos, and did you guys see this becoming as big as it has?
Yeah, well, we started off, so Jared Keeso and I, Jared Keeso, the creator, we started off together. We were pals in Vancouver, and we started making comedy videos for YouTube. And the first ones that we started making were centered around a hockey team, the Calgary Flames, and just kind of making jokes about the last names of players, doing little puns on that and stuff. And so we started with those, and they kind of didn't go really anywhere. And then Jared came to me and said, hey, I've got this idea. It's called Letterkenny Problems. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some straight to cameras, some of the things you might find yourself in, some of the problems you might have as somebody living in a small town. So we started with those. We did 5 episodes of those. They were 2 minutes each. And the end goal, we wanted it to go somewhere. I'm not really sure exactly where we wanted it to go or where we thought it was going to go. And obviously we didn't see, I don't think any of us saw, a TV deal in us going back to shoot the 5th season now. Yeah. But yeah, it started with the YouTube videos, and just kind of can't believe the success and the viewership that they had just on YouTube. And then a production company by the name of New Metric Media sort of picked up on it and really liked what we were doing, and wanted to partner up and try and take us to the next level, which would have been a 30-minute comedy, and that's sort of where we stand now. Like I said, we're going in to start shooting the 5th season, and available on Hulu now is just seasons 1 and 2. But yeah, we're going back to season 5. So in answer to your question, no way. I didn't see us going this far. No way. And just like, so pumped, like I couldn't be happier for us to go this far. But I think if you'd asked me 5 years ago, and I said, oh, definitely season 5, I'll be doing an interview on for us getting U.S. distribution, I'd be a liar if I said that I could have seen that coming for sure. But it's like it's so welcome, and it's crazy. It just seems like it keeps getting better every day.
Yeah, so it's all coming down to the States. Everybody's pretty excited down here. Like we said before, we've all seen plenty of clips. So, how excited is everybody up there with the show that it's finally going to be down in the States and we can all actually see the show?
Oh man, I think everybody's crazy excited. You can always, if you're internet savvy, you can always go and watch things, sort of in a gray area or a black and white area as to whether or not it's legal to get it somewhere where it's not being shown. But the fact that we're able to show it now and to a huge audience like Hulu has is just insane. I mean, you take the population of Canada, and that's about what's like 35 million or something like that, and obviously the States is just such a massive market. So to be able to reach people on that sort of level, legally and whatnot is just fantastic. Like I think everybody's mind here is just a little bit blown, and from everybody else on the show that I've talked to, it's just like I can't believe it, and just and super excited and happy that it's going this way. It's just again, like, couldn't be better.
Do you think now is kind of the perfect time for you guys to start to come to the States now that hockey is kind of like the NHL is now at like its peak popularity in America? Do you think this is kind of the perfect time to introduce something like this?
I think for sure. Not only does hockey and the hockey culture sort of play quite a big role in the show. I think it's great, and then the fact that the NHL is getting so big. Obviously Vegas such a great run this year and stuff like that. And it's just it's crazy. I think it's a great time. I think call it what you want. Call it the stars aligning at the time that they need to or whatever. But yeah, I don't think there could be really a better time right now with the popularity of that, and then also us getting now to show what we've got down there is I think it's perfect timing.
Yeah, absolutely. Just going back to what you said about the people in America watching it illegally. I just want to say those are probably like your most dedicated fans. Let's be honest here.
I totally agree with you. I mean, if people like the YouTube series, obviously YouTube you can get anywhere you want, right? But if people liked it that much and liked it enough to scour the internet, or maybe even not have to scour it that hard to find it and watch full episodes that they can't get normally, that really says something, I think, about our fans, which I think are fantastic. And it's great that people would be dedicated enough to want to again scour the internet and find us so that they can watch full episodes. I think it's great. I really love the positive messages that we get, especially from people in the States. And up until now, it was always it was a great show. Why can't we watch it down here? Like, basically, what's your problem? Get it going on down here.
Right.
And now, fortunately, we can have it down there. And again, it's just season 1 and season 2, but I think it's a great start.
Yeah.
And man, it's cool to have fans that want to watch something that you've created that much that they'll go and rip it from the internet to begin with. And now, fortunately, that's not the case anymore.
Okay, so now that the show is finally in America, the big question that I know the three of us have is, when are we going to be able to get some puppers down here in the States?
When are you going to be able to get some puppers down there in the States? Hopefully soon. I'm not really sure exactly right now because it's only you can get it definitely in Ontario, but you'll be able to get it. You'll be able to get it in the States hopefully soon. I'm not really sure about that. There are
we'll just have to take a road trip.
People working on that. I can promise you that.
Yeah, we'll just all have to take a road trip up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's go back to talking about the series a little bit more. Just your personal preference. Do you have any favorite moments from the series that really stand out to you?
I definitely have a few favorite ones. There's a scene around around Wayne's kitchen table where I eat a whole bunch of yogurt like an animal, which I really like. And it was so that one's one of my favorite, where I start scraping the bottom of the cup and going kind of like a beast there. That was always pretty funny to me. I had a ton of fun shooting that one. And basically anything around Wayne's kitchen table is really fun, because you get to be in close quarters and, you're just trying not to laugh the whole time, because Kate Trevor Wilson and Jared Keeso and Michelle Milette, everybody who's in the Hicks is just pretty funny. So those times around there, around the kitchen table. I also really like, there is a shot from season 2, I believe, where we're in a canoe, the three of us, me and Kate, Trevor, and Jared, and the canoe tips, and it's the direct result of me maybe standing up a little too fast in the canoe. So that was a pretty fun one too. We all took a little bit of a dip, which was pretty hilarious. Well, once you dry off and you didn't drown or anything, it's great.
Yeah, you also got your cold openers are just absolutely fantastic.
Oh my god.
The one that I know you guys posted on, it was posted on YouTube to kind of promote the show Coming to America, was the three of you playing catch, and Squirrely Dan starts asking a little bit about some sexual preferences, and just the reaction that you guys you and Wayne just turning and just ignoring him completely. How hard was it to do that?
And not laugh.
Yeah, how many takes did that have?
We were in tears. I don't know how you guys just didn't crumple over.
Oh yeah, no, it's basically damn near impossible to do it. I mean, it takes a bunch more takes than it probably should. It's super funny, you've got Squirrely Dan talking about his weird sexual preferences with his lady, and then you got Wayne and I over there just trying not to laugh the whole time. So it definitely takes it takes a lot of takes for those ones. And fortunately, though, my secret to that is to try and look nobody directly in the eyes, because if I start looking people in the eyes, I'm going to start laughing, because those guys are kind of hilarious. But it's also really fun to whip the baseball around too when you're having fun and when you're working on set. It's always kind of fun doing that. So that one's pretty good, and I think that really gives a good insight as to what the show is about. You can just stand there as three guys playing catch and just talking about the little things in life, and I think that's and have the scenes go on for much longer than normal than we would in a normal comedy like a 30-minute comedy, and I just love those ones. You've got these 8-9 page scenes that shouldn't exist, and then it just ends up being kind of hilarious, and again, having fun with your friends and shooting something and trying not to laugh, and failing at trying not to laugh for sure for a very good portion of the day.
So you mentioned K. Trevor Wilson. We all know that he's got a stand-up coming onto Netflix pretty soon, and he's hilarious. How much of the show is improv from everybody, not just K. Trevor Wilson, just everybody?
Well, here's the thing. So it's the writing is done so precisely when it comes out. So when we get the scripts, what we go through and make sure to almost have no improv at all to begin with. We can talk about things sort of in rehearsals and stuff like that, like maybe this will work, maybe that'll work a little bit better or whatever. But what you see on the screen is essentially exactly what's written down, because the writing is so specific, and the rhythm is so specific to that writing. It doesn't really offer a ton of movement to get a lot of improv in there, because it is so specific. And I think the way that it's written, I think is the funniest way to do it to begin with. So, we do a couple of takes and make sure we have what's on the page. And then Jacob Tierney, our director, lets us play around and sort of get a little improv going on. But more often than not, what you see in the episode is word for word what's written down in the script, which is pretty cool, because I think that's a lot of people have that comment. That's got to be tons of improv. It's got to be. There's no way. But it's not. It's all written down, and it's all written down so precisely that it's you kind of I kind of don't want to screw with it, because then you kind of start screwing with the rhythm, and you start screwing with what I think is a pretty good product on the page, from the writers to begin with. So yeah, to do the improv, I think a lot of the times takes away from the scenes to begin with.
Who does most of the writing for the show then? Is it like a group effort, or is there just specifically one or two people?
So Jared Kiso, obviously the creator, and Jacob Tierney, our director, they do the majority of the writing. And now we have a couple of other writers that have come on in the last little bit, to obviously contribute their words, because we do a number of episodes per year, and they have good insight. So we have Jonathan Torrance is another one of our writers, and Trevor Risk is another one. So there are now a few other ones, but the majority of it definitely gets written by Jared and Jacob for sure, because they obviously Jared created the show, and so he knows it best, and so yeah, he definitely does the majority of the writing. Him and Jacob for sure.
So those are the two really funny guys, is what you're saying.
So what I'm saying is they are the top.
That's awesome. But going back to your YouTube videos, I know you talked about your Flames name pun video. I don't know what you're talking about, how it didn't get many hits. We love it here. We've literally watched it plenty of times. I can't stop watching it. It's hilarious. But yeah, obviously you're a big Flames fan. How are you feeling about the team this year? I mean, are you excited? Are you excited about the moves they made? Do you think they'll make a run for the playoffs again this year? Or how are you feeling?
Well, okay, so my thought at every year, at the start of every year, is I think we're going to win the Stanley Cup. Now, look, that doesn't happen. But the one that I'm most excited about, obviously, is James Neal coming on board. I think that was out of left field. I had no indication that would even be a possibility, and then boom, all of a sudden, James Neal is on board.
Yeah, I didn't think many people did.
Crazy. And I think that's a fantastic addition. What I hope happens, because I've heard some rumblings around the league that because I think Montreal's trying to ship Max Pacioretty off, and I heard a rumor that he could be headed to Calgary. And man, Calgary would obviously have to give up a boatload if they were going to have Max Pacioretty there. But man, if he jumped on board too, you got James Neal and Elias Lindholm and stuff like that, and a couple of other new guys. I don't want to say the Stanley Cup is definitely for Calgary, but I'm saying the Stanley Cup is definitely for Calgary.
I mean, you hear it here first, though. Yeah. From Derry himself, Max Pacioretty is going to Calgary with the cup.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would be remiss if I didn't ask this question. It just kind of popped in my head right now. You being a big Flames fan, what are your thoughts on the? You were just kind of talking about the cup. The cup run. Last time they were in the cup was 2004. What are your thoughts on Game 6? Nikolai Hobby-Bolin on the goal line. Was it a goal or was it not?
You can't bring that up. You can't do that.
I can't. Come on.
Okay, so all right. So I'll give you this. Right now. 2004. That year was the last year that I lived in Calgary, and I actually had me and 5 other of my idiot friends had season tickets in the nosebleeds for that year, and I was at that game. I was at that Game 6. Now, looking back on it and you can see these hilarious conspiracy theorists all around the internet talking about it definitely went in. And sure, there are some different shots of the goal line and the puck definitely crossing the goal line. So were they robbed? You're damn right they were robbed. 100%, man. That goal was in, and that series is over, and that cup is in Calgary. Now, if you want to run with the conspiracy theorists, it was planned from day one that Calgary would win the Stanley Cup. I don't know if that's true, but I mean, whatever. I mean, it happened the way that it did. Now, if you look back there and take a look at, sort of what happens with the instant replay now and coaches challenge and this and that, sure, it could have gone the other way. But man, if you're still I love the Flames, but if you're still holding on to that, you got to get something else to do in the day, because you just can't hold on to that too much. You're going to hold on to that until you die, and then. Again, get something else to do in the day.
Yeah.
Do I wish that they won? Of course I wish that they won, but what are you going to do, right?
Yeah.
Hilarious. Well, I mean, you're a big hockey fan yourself. Did you play at all growing up, or?
Yeah, I did. I played, I think like almost any young kid in Canada, I played from very, very young age. And the only reason I got out of it, I got out of it fairly young as well, though, because it was sort of a choice between that and snowboarding. I was a competitive snowboarder for a long time. And so it was kind of like, well, you can kind of do one or the other because hockey requires early mornings all the time and weekends and stuff, and snowboarding requires the same thing. So pick one or the other because there's just not physically enough time in the day to do both. And so I liked snowboarding. My big brother was into it, and all of his friends. So what am I going to do? Of course, I'm going to follow them and try and see if I can hang out with them more. And then so I picked snowboarding, but definitely. I picked up playing rec league hockey later on in Vancouver and stuff. It's actually where Jared and I met. Was playing on a beer league hockey team in Vancouver, and there's so myself, Jared, Dylan Playfair, Andrew Herr, and Tyler Johnston all played on the same beer league hockey team together. So Tyler plays Stewart, and Dylan and Andrew play Riley and Jonesy. So we all played on the same beer league team together in Vancouver at one point. But that's sort of like the extent of the of my hockey playing. I don't know. Call it ability, call it whatever you want, but that's the last time I sort of laced them up, if for real at all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously all those guys are on the team. Please tell me you guys were the Letterkenny Shamrocks, right?
No, we weren't, because they were maybe a dream that we didn't know we had at one time. No, this is like this would have been, how long have I known Jared for? Oh man, this is like 8 years ago, 7-8 years ago, whatever. So we were on a team called the Trappers. And no, the Shamrocks had not been invented yet, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'm sure we would have been the Shamrocks. We actually play. We usually have a game once a shooting block. We play up in Sudbury, and so all of us get to play on a team again, which is pretty fun. And so we play as either the Irish or the Shamrocks, depending on which jerseys we can get a hold of from the costumes department.
Well, please at least tell me that the guys that play Riley and Jonesy have some incredible chirps on the bench anyways. Like, that didn't just start at Letterkenny. Like, that started then.
Oh, no, they've got great ones.
Fantastic.
Basically don't know when to stop. They're hilarious dudes on and off the ice, and sitting on the bench. It's like you're supposed to be focused, and it's just like you're having a little wee in the pants, because it's like it's hilarious when they're on the bench for sure. And they're just funny dudes in real life anyway. So it's just like, yeah, the bench is no different. You have a good time, but also too, like Andrew and Dylan, they both play junior hockey. Like they've got some skill too. So they can come out there and back it up as well, which is always nice. It's always hilarious when like the loudest guy plays the worst, but these guys got some chirps, but they also got some hands too, which is nice.
So one question that we love to ask all of our guests, because we are essentially a hockey podcast, is do you have a favorite hockey memory from like either playing or watching, like just anything from when you're growing up?
One of my favorites would be in the aforementioned Stanley Cup almost run was when so it's the first round of the playoffs, and Calgary's playing Vancouver, and it goes to 7 games, and then a little goal in overtime there. Those like series winning goals by Martin Jelena are my favorites, and specifically the one against Vancouver to win the series, when he came around, bustled around the net and came around, did a little wrap around there, and won in overtime after Vancouver had come back to tie it in like the last 30 seconds of the game. Or minute of the game in Game 7, and then Jelena puts one in, and I jumped out of my shoes, spilled my beer everywhere. It was fantastic. That's my favorite one. And then also against San Jose, and then also against Detroit, he scored series-winning goals there too. So that run and those 3 goals are 3 of my favorite hockey memories, like no question about it.
I was gonna say he had a few big goals for the Flames that playoff year. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he closed out those 3 series. He got the series-winning goal in against Vancouver. He got the series-winning goal against San Jose and against Detroit.
Yeah.
And like it was insane. Like what an individual effort from a guy. And those are pretty sick stats to have going forward. 3 series-winning goals in one playoff run.
Yeah, I honestly could not think of anybody else that has ever done that. So yeah, that's pretty amazing. One other thing we actually just started doing, we started doing a buy sell trade for 3 players throughout the league, but we kind of came up with a new variation for you, and it's 3 cast members in their character. You have to get a puppers with one, do some choring with one, and get in a Donnybrook with one. Which 3 would you go for each one?
Oh, sorry, can you repeat that one? Sorry, we broke up there for 1 sec.
Yeah, no, your problem. It's so either for one cast member in their character, you got to go get a puppers with one, you got to do some choring with one, and get in a Donnybrook with one.
Oh, sorry, we're breaking up again here. I apologize.
No, you're good. You're good. So which cast?
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Okay, there we go. Which cast member would you go get a puppers with? Which one would you do some choring with, and which one would you get a Donnybrook in while they're in character?
Who would I get a puppers with? I would get a puppers with Stuart, because it would be an interesting one-sided conversation. 100%. I would chore with Wayne, because Wayne would pick up most of the slack that I'm clearly going to be laying down, and then a Donnybrook. Oh boy. I don't want to get a Donnybrook with any of us. Maybe Katie. I don't know. I could get my ass whipped by her.
I was
like
say,
I always
she
do.
still might win.
Yeah, that's it there.
You sure it wouldn't be that raccoon with the rabies? You don't want to go with that one again?
Yes, I would go with the raccoon.
There you go.
Raccoon with the rabies. Yeah, the possum and the raccoon there. Yeah,
There you
big
go.
time.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, Nathan, thank you so much for taking the time out to do this interview. We cannot wait to watch season 1 and season 2 out on Hulu and for the rest of the 3 seasons to come out as well. So thank you so much for taking the time out, and we wish you guys the best.
Oh man, thank you so much for having me. Anytime. I'm always up for chatting a bit of hockey too. Just putting it out there.
Oh, yeah,
But
definitely.
Ben, thanks again for having me, and you guys take it easy.
Yeah,
you
and just in case you're ever in Chicago, we do have a pretty big named men's league team down here. If you ever need to lace them up in Chicago, let us know.
All right, fine. You think I won't take you up on that offer?
Yeah.
You're lying to
There you
yourself
go.
right now.
We'll have a jersey waiting for you.
Oh, beauty. That's great.
All right. Thanks so much, Nathan. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, how neat was that?
That's pretty neat.
That's pretty neat.
That's cool.
Oh, my God. How great of a guy is he?
Yeah, typical. Like, honest, don't want to be stereotypical, but like Canadian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
God,
What a
yeah.
Canadian.
100%.
Nice guy.
All of it. I feel bad we're drinking Bud Lights right now.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need puppers. We need
Yeah.
puppers,
Also-
and we need him to come out and hang out with us.
You definitely know that we recorded the interview first just because of the amount
Yeah.
of Bud Lights that have been piling up around us.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
Bud Lights, sorry. Blue.
Too bad we
blue
did
lights.
video because that would have been great for just audio. But
That's all right.
or whatever.
Yeah.
and by the way,
Um,
we are so gonna take him up on his offer to come back on again.
You betcha.
And 100% come to Chicago, because if you think that I'm gonna offer that and then you tell me, oh, you don't think I'll pull, like 100% like take you up on that, like 100% yes.
Ball is in your
Yes.
court.
Uh-huh.
We're playing
Literally.
chicken right now. Let's go.
Not afraid to get a restraining order.
Don't freak him out.
Yeah, come on, hey,
Uh,
be cool, lady. Damn.
Also, Dice, take a note. Let it go, man.
Yeah. Hey,
Let
if
1999
if
Dallas
the
losing go.
diehard Flames fan can let 04, like if he can let go of 04 while he was at the stadium for that game, you can forget about your stupid
You need
Buffalo
something better to do
Sabres.
with your life, like he said.
Like cheer for the Vegas Golden Knights. Yikes.
Yeah.
You're fucking all over the place, Dicer.
Yeah, I know. I
Fucking figure it out. Mike McDonald's a Stanley Cup champion. Hey, Brett Hall said it himself. Try and take the ring off his finger. That's where we're going to end it.
Well, he's a Vegas fan, and Vegas still making moves. Big stuff. Well, it's big
big.
stuff. It's big stuff. I don't know if I agree with it. I'm floored by it.
I really wish we would have saved this.
Yeah, I had no. I. It was a long day at work.
Yeah, we
And
we
I had
dropped
no
the ball
idea.
on Poetz and told him what happened.
Yeah.
So, the Vegas...
Oh, jeez.
Excuse me. That's what I think of that team.
my God.
Vegas
Yes.
Golden Knights go out and re-sign... God damn it, Angela. Go out and sign...
Can we have her on the podcast for a second?
no, we can't do that.
Why not?
Let us fucking talk.
Let's go.
Is
About
she gonna
hockey.
be mad about it?
No. So Vegas decides to sign Marc-Andre Fleury, which
Fair.
it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's definitely going to happen.
Yeah,
After
they'd be stupid if they didn't.
Absolutely. After the excitement, after he got drafted by them in the mock draft or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Expansion draft.
That's the word. And after they drafted him, the excitement about him being on the team, after what he did last year, after winning 3 cups, it was bound to happen.
Yep.
But
Oh, that's a big butt.
thank you. You're welcome. Sorry for all the burping.
Yeah.
You signed him $21 million for 3 years after this year's over with.
Oh my God.
I understand he did a tremendous amount for your team. He is one of them 100%. You can argue that he is the reason they went to the final.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, there's no argument. There is no argument.
But
That's a fact.
Yep.
well, it was him and the puck luck. Him and the puck luck.
Mostly him.
Yeah. And he's 35 and you're going to sign him for $7 million for 3 more years.
He'll be 34 next year.
He's going to be 34 like I said.
So he's going to be 35. 35.
When his contract
Oh, yeah,
starts,
when his
he'll be
contract's
35.
35, 36, 37.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
because he turns 34 in November.
Yeah, so then when his next
So
contract
he's
starts,
wait, is
he'll
he
be 35.
33 right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
He is the same age as Corey Crawford right now.
03 draft, bitch.
Oh my God. Who knew? All right, well then now I don't feel so bad about it.
No, I'm still.
I don't feel so. I thought he was at least 35 right now. I don't feel so bad about it anymore because he's still got some good years left. Possibly. Possibly. That last
He got
year.
beat out by a rookie 2 years in a row, though.
What about his concussion history too?
And
That's
that
true.
also.
That's true. But if he's able
And
to-
also, he missed a lot of games this year.
but he was able to bounce back from his concussions this year and play better than he's ever played before in his life, ever. He's found he's got a newfound.
But
Lots of happy endings in Vegas.
Yes, and at some
Except
point
for the Stanley Cup final.
Honestly,
Bazinga.
we've been saying it. At some point, it's going to end. I don't know if that point is going to be next year because they might actually be pretty decent again next year.
Adding Paul Stastny.
Adding Paul
yeah.
Stastny is huge.
Even though you lost James Neal, adding
And
Paul Stastny.
they might even lose William Karlsson too, because
He's an RFA.
He filed for arbitration.
But
yeah,
Did he really?
Yes,
Ooh, they fucking lowballed him then.
yes. So
They
yes, they
definitely lowballed
did
him.
they?
100%.
But you know what though?
Or
It's-
is he
it's kinda
asking too
fair.
much? Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fair because you want. Obviously, he wants a long-term deal, but are you going to give him a long-term deal with playing top dollar for
Plus-
1 year of?
Not only that,
But-
but who are you going to give more money to? Marc-Andre Fleury, who has proven that he could be a number one goaltender and that he could take your team to the final, or William Karlsson, who's just off his very first year of being a 40-goal scorer and a complete all-star, and you don't know if he can replicate that again.
No, I understand. And
That wasn't like an argument. That
no,
was just
I
like a
know,
general
I know,
question.
but like the thing with Fleury is it's the
Who are
Stanley.
you gonna believe? Who are you gonna believe?
Who are you gonna believe? It's the Stanley Cup money.
Mm-hmm.
It's any team like Eric Fair. No, not Eric Fair.
No. Oh
Jay
my
Beagle.
God.
Jay
Yes,
Beagle.
thank you.
Getting $4 million
Yeah.
to go to Vancouver. He won a Stanley Cup. He's going to get the money. Brian Bickle, when he won the Stanley Cup, he got the money. It just happens. And even though Marc-Andre Fleury, Crawford, but I'm okay with the Crawford.
Yeah,
one.
well, that's one of the only ones that have ever worked out.
Exactly. Well, like we said earlier, Marcus Kruger, 2.7.
Was nice at the time, but it's not worth it anymore.
No. It's you win a cup, you're going to get paid. And I don't know. To me, it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's not my team, so I'm not that upset about it or anything like that. But Willie Karlsson's got an argument though. Like he didn't get the full
Right.
He didn't get the full
Well, my question
exposure in Columbus because they didn't utilize him the way that Vegas did, and the way, I mean, he's gonna be that same role in Vegas the next whatever years they sign him for, and he scored 40 goals.
My question here, though, is was it he was getting lowballed by management, or is he thinking too high right now? Is he asking for more money than he's actually worth? Because
I don't think he's getting lowballed. I think
that it's him.
It might be.
It's him and his
it's-
agent asking for too much money.
Yeah.
But that's
at
what
this-
I think it is.
I think
and
when it
somebody's
comes
going to be
down-
stupid enough to pick that up.
Well, I think it's a combination in his point right here. I think it's like a combination of Vegas is saying like, you had one really good year with us. We appreciate it. This is what we want.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Nice.
And then Willie's just like, well, I just scored 40 fucking goals. And I helped
Yeah.
you go to the final.
Yep.
Like I want way fucking more. So I feel like it was bound to happen where the heads were going to collide and it was going to go to arbitration because especially if he wasn't signed by now, like it's like you expect it. So I feel like it's just kind of them both trying to get the most out of the situation, and they're just gonna have to meet in the middle for it.
So can you pull up their cap friendly really fast? Yep. Signing Marc-Andre Fleury,
They still have a lot.
7
if
years.
that's your question.
3 years,
It doesn't-
21 million. No, I know that. I understand that. But if they're able to sign William Karlsson, let's just make up a number here. If they're going to sign William Karlsson, it's going to be long term, right? Probably.
assume so.
Stastny signs for the next 3 years also.
Right. So William Karlsson probably going to be around 4 or 5 years. I would think. right?
5
years, 5-6 years.
between 4 and 6. Yeah.
And for if big asterisk next to if he's able to continue the level of play that he's going to, and they re-sign him, the money that he's probably going to get is going to be around $5 or $6 million a year. So add that up, you're looking at $25 to $36 million contract. That pulls them completely out of the Erik Karlsson talk, correct? Or are they holding out on William Karlsson for Erik?
No, I think if Erik Karlsson was going to Vegas, it would have happened by now.
I don't know. I think Karlsson's gonna stick it out.
I think.
Well, it's not him. I think it's Ottawa.
Yeah, no.
I think Ottawa's just kind of sticking it out as long as they can because it's kind of like, hey, fuck you, like you're.
But
you're
for the
face of our
longest,
team.
time though, Vegas was the front runner, and then it went to Dallas, and then it went to Tampa, and then it went back to Dallas again, and then it went to.
Well, it's still stuck between Dallas, Vegas, and Tampa.
And for some reason,
Also,
Vegas
Tampa.
just.
That's another team where it's like you make it happen. Between Hedman, Stamkos, Cooch,
And I want to see like a full report on how they're going to be able to make that happen. Not only Tampa, but also Dallas, because Seguin is up next year.
Yeah.
After next year, so I want to know how they're going to make that happen
and
without
he's going
cutting
to want
ties with anybody.
at least what Ben's making.
Oh, the very
at
least.
for it's going to be a fun couple of years for armchair GMs.
Oh yeah,
And it's funny too because we've talked about it before how the top end guys get fucking paid.
Yep.
And then in 3 years it's like
this is bad. This is bad.
No,
this
that's
is
a
bad.
good deal. Like Crosby 8.7. Like he's the best player in the league, and it's like that was a great deal at
so
the
you're
time. Like he got
I
fucking
understand.
paid. You know,
So you're talking about how
the cap
it
goes
keeps
up
growing.
and it
I
keeps
understand,
growing.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I thought you were kind of making a Bickle reference again.
No.
I
Like
understand.
I mean, like the top end players, like Stamkos. He's making less than Kucherov right now, but at the time it was like he got fucking paid. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, in a couple of years, Karlsson could get signed for $13 million. In a couple of years, it's like he only got 13. Holy shit!
Yeah, I know.
Doughty's at 11. Like, come on, you know.
What's
weird.
his Henry Jokiharju just got paid for $26 million. Like,
Yeah. But also, don't do that.
yeah, please God, don't do that. That was just a joke. Stan, if you're listening,
Bowman, don't do it.
don't.
Don't jump.
Also,
Please don't jump.
Stan, if you're listening, just step down. I think that's my take on it.
Save your dignity.
Yeah, he didn't have any left.
Let your dad take over.
Yeah. Yeah, free agency and trades in the summer they're still going to happen.
It's dying down a little bit.
Hard.
But
It's hard for me to believe, not to go back to Hawks talk or anything like that, but it's hard for me to believe.
It's a Hawks podcast. Why not?
Well, yeah, it's hard for me to believe that they're done.
there's no way.
There's no way. I understand that Stan Bowman up to this point has been below average just in this summer. Obviously, before then he was very below average, but just in this summer he's been very below average, below the radar on making moves. But there's no way, with his job on the line, no way that he doesn't make up another move. A big move. Not just like, here, we'll send you more contracts for...
Well, kind of going back to the whole trade, there's rumors that they're talking to Max Pacioretty and Jeff Skinner. The Canadians and the Hurricanes about those two.
I have a question about that. I saw one way it was read in a headline. Are they going to try to get both, or is it one or the other? Because there was one headline that said they're targeting
both in the same trade.
No,
just
both.
I was gonna
both
say
of
I don't
them.
know how that works.
If you made this trade to make cap space and you got rid of Osterley and you got rid of Hinostroza, and you go out and get a guy like Max Pacioretty or Jeff Skinner, I understand the move. I mean, I understand it. It was to get rid of cap space,
And I get it. 100%.
And I get it, 100%.
Yeah.
But the team needs defense.
Yes.
Stop chasing the big name free agents. You need defense. Not even free agents, but just the trade bait free agents. The trade baits and the free agents.
The big names that he never gets.
Yes.
He never gets them.
Yes.
He trades away all of our top prospects in order to get these guys, and he never gets them. And you could say, oh my God, he got Marian Hossa and Thomas Capecci. Congratulations.
In
Awesome.
2010, that was
Nice
8
job.
years ago.
Congratulations, and you gave him a big-ass fucking contract that we ended up having to trade away anyway.
But it was worth it.
It was 100% worth it.
worth it.
I get that. 100% worth it. But literally, and that was his first ever move, if I'm not mistaken,
I
as a
believe so,
GM.
yeah.
So
that was
first and best.
He definitely knew that he needed to do something to be like, all right, I know I'm not
He
Dale
peaked
Talon,
after one.
but
I'm
Peaked
sorry
after one.
though too. As much as diehard Blackhawks, I will never trade those 3 Stanley Cups. The whole it was worth it for 3 Stanley Cup. That argument gets fucking old after so long.
you're not. Ask any of those players in that locker room, hey, was it worth it for just 3 Stanley Cups? They're gonna say,
No.
Those 3 Stanley Cups are nice, but I'm looking for more.
Well, then go fucking play. You took first in the fucking Western Conference 2 years ago, and you got swept in the first round. So don't give me that bullshit. It was worth your 3 cups for those.
Here's the thing:
No.
you also got to look at the team that's out there.
I'm
They
also-
had
yeah.
a minor league hockey team last year.
I'm talking. No, I agree with what you're saying about the
And
players, 100%. But I'm also saying though, when people are talking about when you talk about the Bowman moves, the pro Bowman guys are like, yeah, but he brought us 3 Stanley Cups. First off, the core was built by Dale Talon.
Yes.
Yes.
Second, he did. Yeah, he brought us 3 Stanley Cups. But look at what he's done to like the team to do that. He's drained our the future resources.
Here's the one thing that I'll say. Sorry.
No,
to interrupt.
go.
The one thing that I'll say is he is very good at picking up that guy at the trade deadline, that very minuscule guy that is the key. Antoine Vermette.
Not very good. He's medium at it.
No,
Yes.
But those are guys that end up going a long way. Antoine Vermette, he had 3 or 4 game-winning goals
that was
in the
literally
playoffs?
2015 was
I
almost
understand
the
that.
only time.
But couldn't you argue though too that all the guys he picked up, you could have taken another guy, plugged him into that position with the talent that we had at around that time?
I don't know about the 2015 one is about the only one that I 100% agree with that with, like on Poetz's standpoint.
Yeah.
Because you got Timonen, played some decent minutes. You got Antoine Vermette, who was huge, absolutely huge. But then, like, I don't know, like all the other deadline moves didn't really make sense. And you traded away things that you didn't need to trade away.
I understand that, and I'm in the same boat, but it's kind of like he was saying, in the moment, fantastic move. Got us a Stanley Cup. But it goes back to that question. Is it worth it? And I don't know that it is. If he was able to find a way to be able to keep Vermette on the books, obviously Kimmo Timonen was retiring at the end of the year, but if he was able to find a way to keep Antoine Vermette on the books for the next few years, can you imagine what that would have done for our centers?
Yeah, but I don't even know what to say because this doesn't make any sense to me. Like I don't understand what you guys are arguing because you just said like I don't even know. Whatever.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to get at is the one thing that he's decent at is making that in-season trade.
minor move.
That minor move that will put them up above everybody else, but it's so minor that nobody really even expects it, right? He's good at that move. But, like you said, what's the cost? It's too much. Everything that he does, it costs too much.
I said that, but okay.
No. I was talking about...
okay.
Yeah, I understand. It's
want
we're going.
credit.
It's a circle. We're going for circle. I don't know. Just
do one more thing. Like,
But-
for every one good move he's made, though, he's
it's
made
far
like,
too many bad ones.
Yeah.
But looking at it, like, I'm like I don't mean to like I'm not a huge Bowman guy, but it got us 3 cups.
No, and like I said though,
get it.
I wouldn't change
and
those
the whole
3
and the whole
what
question.
I'm saying to you guys is though, like, you're saying like he's making those deadline moves and we're giving up stuff and all that and all this, but what if he doesn't make those deadline moves? We don't win that cup that year, and we bring prospects up, and
But
we never
no,
go
what
on and
he's
win
saying-
a cup.
No, he's agreeing. He's basically agreeing with what you're saying. He's saying he's good at making those moves.
Exactly.
No,
but he's not.
You guys aren't.
No, what you just said though contradicted that.
No, that's no. You said he does make those moves,
Yes.
but you're also saying he makes stupid moves. That where just the 3 cups isn't enough.
But so here's kind of
You
my.
guys are fucking confusing the shit out of me right
Let
now.
me.
This
Can
is
I?
so dumb.
Can I simplify it? For
They
you?
won 3 cups.
Hang on.
And everything was worth it.
Can I simplify?
Everything now is not.
I understand. Can I simplify the point for you? The Antoine Vermette. Let's go with Antoine Vermette, right? They made the trade for Vermette, right? Okay, we got us a couple.
No, I know what you're saying.
But
like,
he
and then he
wasn't-
didn't sign them. Yeah, I get that.
And what
You couldn't have signed him again.
I don't know. I think he could have. I don't know.
No, you couldn't have because he just won the cup and he wanted a bigger contract. So then he went out to fucking Anaheim and got a bigger contract because he just won the cup.
This is gonna be something we're gonna have to go back and
Yeah, I
have
know.
another episode because
Yep.
we're running long today. But
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
And it's different because he only signed Vermette because Kane was off the books, and then they made it to the playoffs, and Kane came back on the books.
I forgot about that.
You couldn't have signed him.
I forgot about that. You're right. I forgot about that.
Yes.
You're right.
That's what I fucking.
But just to go back to the question,
you would have
that kind of-
stated that 5 minutes ago. We would have been done with this
Yeah, I know.
conversation.
Well, I didn't realize that's what you were fucking talking about. Jesus Christ.
Wow, you sounded exactly like your dad there.
Yeah, I know.
So, just to go back to the point that we had started to make, do you think that to the players, if you went up to them today and said, "Hey, all of these moves have been made. Was it worth it for just those 3 cups?" What do you think the response is?
You can't.
Because
it's
Kane
frustrating.
isn't even 30.
Okay,
Kane isn't even 30.
Okay, but you literally were 1 goal away from winning 3 cups in a row. Taves said that. Like I said, you were in the fucking. You were first in the Western Conference 2 years ago. What do you mean? Were these moves worth it? Like, he made moves all throughout those years, and they still were first in the Western Conference. It got swept by the last place team. Those were all his moves. That team was his move, and they were still there, and they didn't perform. So it's on the players at that point. So at that point, I'm like, yeah, we got our 3 cups. I'm happy. I want to keep going, but it's on us right now.
Hey, I'm making the call. Let's save this. Let's put a pin in this one because we're going way too over. I think it's a good topic though, especially with the dog days of summer coming up with not much going on. So,
Yeah.
Yep, we'll revisit it because
call.
I've got more points and I'll write them down.
this sounds like
Just throw 'em at me.
a drunken lake house debate.
Yeah, I know. It does. It might end up being
Like
It will.
our
It's-
goalie won last year
Oh my god!
that I 100% won.
I watched that video not too long ago. I took my shirt off.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
remember doing that.
there's only one rule. Keep your shirt on.
There's no rules.
Yeah, that was in the video.
Yeah, I
So,
know.
all right. Well,
All right, last topic.
no, I think we're good. We could save it.
We're gonna save it.
We'll
Yeah,
save
we'll
it.
save it.
Yeah, because this is too long, like you said. So,
But we had a great interview.
guys, yeah.
Great
oh my god,
interview.
such a
Great
good interview.
interview.
Holy cow.
And I'll upload probably a little bit after this episode goes up. I'll upload the interview solo too, so
Yeah.
you guys can just check that out because I know
Awesome.
a lot of people won't want to listen to
Yeah.
this rambling.
Yeah. So from literally probably the hour and 15-minute mark up until now, I think you guys could just skip it unless you want to
So-
listen to 3 guys just yell at each other.
Check out Letterkenny on
Yes.
Hulu. It is available now in the United States for season
We
1.
totally
season
didn't
2.
watch it illegally or anything like that.
I thought I was gonna listen to it at this point.
Yeah, all right.
If you are Nathan,
We're dedicated fans.
We love you.
dedicated
We're
fans.
so
That's all I gotta
sorry.
say. Hey Nathan, you remember my question? We're dedicated fans.
Also, you are
I pay for Hulu, so I'm gonna watch it.
That's true. You are so welcome on the men's league and on the podcast and literally anywhere and everywhere if you want. So, and everybody
Gobles,
else.
Michigan. Let's go.
Yeah.
Next weekend. Come on out.
halfway
Yeah,
mark.
baby.
Halfway mark.
All right. For Poets, Nolly, and Jarom, this was the Windy City Bender podcast. This was number 43. Whoa, oh my God.
The Wisniewski.
Ah, I love it. Awesome.
Yeah,
The
the
Wiz.
USA
Power
Olympian.
play specialist. James Wisniewski, who will beat your ass if you stand on the Blackhawks logo.
Yeah, he's another one.
Wizware.
We
Yep.
talked to him before about coming on. We're coming at you
Yeah.
again. We want you.
Love it.
All right.
Awesome. Nice.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
There's no hangups on today.
Follow the guys on Twitter at WCBP, on Instagram, WCB Podcast, and like them on Facebook, the Windy City Benders Podcast. The Windy City Benders Podcast.